Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan Metal video. In this video we're going to be taking a look, honestly speaking, we're going to be taking a look at the Saviors Super Battle Road stage, or Extreme Super Battle Road stage. The Saviors Extreme Super Battle Road stage, not anything wild. I think it's a pretty straightforward stage, if I'm being honest. I don't see it being a crazy one. It's just that the Saviors category, objectively questionable. The Saviors category is the biggest stumbling block to the Saviors SBR, or ESBR I should say, more so than anything else, because Saviors is a very strange category. It's like very all over the place. It's just got very interesting leads, minimal leads as well. In terms of consistency across the board, like getting a consistent team lineup can be a little bit difficult. We only have one lead still, it's the Tech Mystic Gohan. Nothing wrong with him as a character, but it just makes you very, very limited. So then you have to look at your other options. You could build a Super Saiyans team potentially under the LR into Goku. Not really super advisable. He's not an SBR dominant force, but at the same time I don't think any unit in this category really is. I don't think this team has an SBR buster. I think Mystic Gohan's obviously pretty good still. I think your best bet is the team I'm running right now as to being the most efficient, but at the same time this team also has its problems. There are some great picks that I don't have here, like Int Kid Goku, really solid, great in terms of stunning. Int Gotenks, also great in terms of stunning, and AGL Paikuhan, probably being the Saviors specific units that I think really could help this team through a combination of active skills, sealing, stunning, a lot of what we're missing from this team. So like this team, just in general, we're missing a ton of utility. So this variant of the team does not have a lot of utility. We don't have a lot of stunning. We don't have a lot of any of that, and that does affect us. Now, my team build is pretty simple. It is 2 Tech Trunkses. Obviously, Tech Trunks, Android Cell Saga Mastered Evolution lead. Very dependent on having Android Cell Saga units on this team. Of course, very interesting unit as well, but inherently needs to run on an Android Cell Saga team. We're going to be running 2 of him, and alongside him we're going to be running the Int free-to-play Super Strike Android 16. Reason being is when Android 16 is on a team with basically full Android Cell Sagas, it gives him a pretty good chance of proccing his guard mechanism, which makes him super tanky, because when his guard procs, he then gets a 60% damage reduction, which is very good. We then have the 2 Super Trunkses, not the tech ones, but we have the 2 Easy Aid ones. So that is the Strength Easy Aid Super Trunks and the Physical Easy Aid Super Trunks, who are both very different but solid units if anything. The Strength one has an ability to stun if we have a Vegeta on the team, which unfortunately we don't. Has very decent starting defense, and same with the Physical one, also just decent start of turn defense as well. So not anything crazy. I mean, they're not ridiculously tanky, but they can at least do something. And then we have the Strength Super Strike Trunks. So yeah, not lots, but 2 decent free-to-play units kind of being incorporated here. Obviously, Strength Super Strike Trunks gives key to Saviors category allies attacking in the same turn. High chance of forcing enemy super attacks as well when there's this extreme class enemy, and has all allies attack and defense of 10% if all allies attacking the same turn are Saviors category as well. So he's just a good unit to kind of incorporate here. Really solid in general, not crazy, but at least decent, and can kind of float around, giving us that 4C super attacks ability and a bit of support. So very nice from that perspective. And then we also have I think that's pretty much all the major players. The final one being the AGL Trunks. So that is the AGL, Trunks and Trusted Will Android Cell Saga, 170%. Obviously transforming into Super Saiyan, which we won't really be using that much, to be honest with you, just because we won't really get there. But a solid damage dealer with a great chance of launching up to 2 additional attacks. Really solid, just good in general. Now, this is kind of where you miss out on some of that utility really badly, is this fight right here, because you're facing one into Mega Shenron, and without the ability to stun him or seal him, you're kind of left to just having to use items. Because the single target, how SBR works is, if you're facing 5 enemies, they will all have reduced attack stats and smaller health pools individually. So what that means is you can target 1 or 2 of them and start to eliminate threats, and you can start to kind of close down the opportunities, for them to damage you. The issues that you will have, in terms of, like, how can I say, these singular fights, is if you don't stun the enemy, these guys they hit quite hard. They are very close in terms of level to some of the harder bosses in the game. They don't hit for very light, and so without items or anything, you are going to end up having some issues. With that being said, it's not necessarily mandatory to stun them. I mean, as you can see, we're just going to spam items, but it would definitely 100% help you out a lot. It's definitely something you probably should consider, all things aside. That being said, everything did end up running like really smoothly, and I honestly just found the team to do a pretty good job. There were definitely ways to improve this team, and I think ultimately running a Savior's team under the actual Savior's Mr. Gohan lineup is possibly better in the long run, because you have access to more stunning, more sealing, and you can make a plan to replace the tankiness of Android 16. But I think ultimately at the end of the day, this worked and it got things done, and I think at the end of the day, that's kind of everything we could do, in terms of like the team. But I found the team to run pretty well, and the Tech Trunks has carried enough damage to really just kind of pull us through, and with the items we were able to just kind of handle things smoothly. Like I said, Saviors is a weird category, so building for it is very inconsistent and a little bit weird, but it is one of those things. You just sometimes you gotta build the weird teams. Sometimes you gotta find a workaround, whether it's Super Saiyan's team or an Android Cell Saga team. You may not always have the lead, so you may just have to make a plan. And that's just how it is. But that's gonna be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you guys in the next one. So until then, take care, stay safe, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So until then, take care, stay safe, and as always, bye.